Hello everyone, I am Sanjeev Pandey and today this is video 5 on the chapter Lost Spring written by Anish Jung. Let us start. Food is more important for survival than an identity. See, for the people of Simapuri, food is more important than an identity. What is the use of an identity if they don't have food? Because food is the most important thing for survival. Without identity, they can survive, but without food, they can't survive. That's why, for them, food is more important than an identity. If at the if, if at the end of the day we can feed our families and go to bed without an aching stomach, we would rather live here than in the fields that gave us no grain. Say a group of women in tattered saris. When I asked them why they left their beautiful land of green fields and rivers. Actually, when the writer Anison asked, when the writer Alijan asks a group of women in tattered sari who were wearing torn saris कि why they are not ready to go to their green fields, to their native lands, to their homes in Bangladesh. They told her that for them food is very important and their fields, their green fields did not give them grains to eat. That's why they left their homes, their fields in Bangladesh and came to India and started living in Simapuri, Delhi. See the line. At the end of the day, we can feed our family. See, what is their concern? Their concern is only to feed their family and go to bed. And in night they want to go to bed without an aching stomach. Mean to say, at the time of bed, their stomach must be full of food. We would rather live here if they are able to feed their family and if they are able to sleep with filled stomach, they would rather live here. They would they would rather live here in such unhygienic conditions, in such poor conditions, rather we would rather live here than in the field that gave us no grain. But they would not go to their fields in Bangladesh because these fields gave them, gave us means gave them no grain to eat, driven by hunger. They left Bangladesh and came to India. Say a group of women. This was the answer of a group of women in tattered sari who were wearing torn saris. When I asked, when the writer Anizang asks why they left their beautiful land of green field and rivers in Bangladesh. Wherever they find food, they pitch their tent. Sorry, wherever they find food, they pitch their tents that become transit home. See, their life is like that of nomads. As nomads wander here and there in search of food, in the same way, these people wander here and there. They left Bangladesh and came to India. Wherever they find food, they pitch. Pitch means set their tents that become transit means acceptable homes. Because wherever they find food, they pitch their tent and make home. So their life is like that of nomads. Children grow up in them in such type of houses. Children are born, they grow up, become partners in survival, and they become partner with their parent, with their family members in struggle for survival. And survival in Simapuri means rag picking. And survival in Simapuri means rag picking. Actually, survival in Simapuri depends on rag picking. Through the years, it has acquired proportions of a fine art. Rag picking through the years, rag picking has become a fine art. It is a talent. It is a skill. Garbage to them is gold. Garbage to these people of Simapur is gold because their survival depends on garbage. For them, garbage is everything. It is as valuable as gold. It is their daily bread because they do rag picking and after that they get food. In this way, their food also depends on the garbage. A roof over their heads. A roof over their heads. And they have roof over their head that also depends on the garbage. Even if it is leaking, although it is leaking, but at least they have roof over their head. That is because of the garbage, because they do rag picking and they sell and they get some other material, waste material, and with that waste material they make roof on their heads although it is leaking. It means to say that their whole life in Simapuri depends on garbage. So for them, garbage is gold. But for a child, it is even more. But garbage is more for children. It is full of bundles. See the line? But for a child, it is even more. For a child, garbage is even more because it is full of bundles. Because children find many wonderful things in the garbage. Sometimes they find 1 rupee, 10 rupee note, and sometimes they find a silver coin. So these things are bundle for the children of Simapuri. That's why for children garbage is even more. I sometimes find a rupee, even a 10 rupee note. Sahib says, Sahib says that sometimes he finds a 1 rupee note and sometimes he finds a 10 rupee note. His eyes lighting up. His eyes become bright because he's happy when he's talking about of his finding 1 rupee note or 10 rupee note. When you can find a silver coin in a heap of garbage, you don't stop scrounging, for there is hope of finding more. See, sometimes they find a silver coin, then they don't stop searching because there is hope to find more coins, and they continue they continue their search for more coins. It seems that for children, garbage has a meaning different from what it means to their parent. See, garbage is same, but it has different meaning for the children and for the parents. For the parent, it is a means of survival, but for children, it is full of wonders. For the children, it is wrapped, that means covered in bundles. For the children, the garbage is full of bundles. It is covered in bundles. For the for the elders, it is a means of survival. For the elders, garbage is a means of survival because their survival depends on the garbage. One winter morning, I see Sahib standing by the fenced gate of the neighborhood club, watching two young men dressed in white playing tennis. See, one morning I see Sahib, the writer, Sir Sahib, standing. He was standing by me near the fenced gate, the gate that was having fence of the neighborhood club, the club that was in the neighborhood, watching two young men, and he was watching two young men dressed in white who were wearing white uniform, playing tennis, and they were playing tennis. I like the game. Sahib says that he likes the game, but he is not able to play this game. He hums, he budges, content to watch. He is satisfied to watch it standing behind the fence because he can't join the people who are playing game. That's why he is happy to watch it only by standing behind the fence. I go inside. I go inside when no one is around. When no one is, he is able to go. He admits this. The gatekeeper lets me allows me. The gatekeeper allows me use the swing. The sometime the gatekeeper shows mercy on Sahib and he allows him to use the swing. Sahib too is wearing tennis shoes that look stained over his discolored shirt and short. Sahib too is also is wearing tennis shoes. Somehow he got tennis shoes. Somebody gave him tennis shoes. Now he's wearing. Sahib Sahib also is wearing tennis shoes that look strange over his discolored shirt and shorts. Actually, shoes are shoes are of white color. They are shining, but shirt and shorts of Sahib are discolored. That's why the shoes do not match his shirt and shorts. Someone gave them to me, he says. He told that somebody gave these shoes to him. He says in the manner of an explanation. While he was telling the writer in the manner of explanation, he was explaining how he got the shoes. The fact that they were discarded shoes of some rich boy. He got the shoes because some rich boy discarded these shoes. He left these shoes because there was one hole in one of them. Because the boy was rich, he refused to wear them. The fact that they are discarded shoes of some rich boy who perhaps refused to wear them because of a hole in one of them does not bother him. This thing, the fact that these shoes belonged to a rich boy who refused to wear them because there was one hole in one of them did not bother him, did not bother Sahib. He was happy to find even old shoes. For one who has walked barefoot, even shoes with a hole is a dream come true. See, he was without shoes. He used to walk here and there without shoes. So for him, these old shoes were like a dream that came to be true. But the game he is watching so intently, carefully, with interest, is out of his reach. Yes, he likes the tennis game, but he is watching the game with great interest, with great care. But unfortunately, that game is out of his reach because he will not be allowed to play the game because he is a poor boy. This morning, Sahib is on his way to the milk booth. Next morning, the writer finds Sahib going on his way to the milk booth to take milk. In his hand is a steel canister. He has a steel canister in his hand. Now he tells the writer what he does at this time. I now work in a tea stall down the road. He says pointing. He is pointing to the tea stall in the distance. I am paid 800 rupees and all my meals. He is paid 800 rupees and all his meals. Does he like the job? I ask. I mean, the writer asks Sahib if he likes the job. His, his face, I see, has lost the carefree look. When the writer asked Sahib if he liked this job, so he lost the glow, the carefree look of his face. He became sad because he did not like to do job at tea stall shop. Sorry, he did not like to do job at tea stall. Actually, he liked to do rag picking. That's why when the writer asked, that's why when the writer asked if he liked this job, he lost his carefree look from his face. The steel canister seems heavier. The steel canister seems heavier than the plastic bag he would carry so lightly over his shoulder. See, previously he used to carry a plastic bag over his shoulder to fill with the rags while doing rag picking. At the time, he was his own master. He was doing his own job. But now he was a servant and he was going to take milk from the milk booth. At the time, the bag was, sorry, uh, the steel canister seems heavier than the plastic bag he would carry so lightly over his shoulder. That's why the canister seemed heavier than the bag he used to carry over his shoulder while doing rag picking. The bag was his because the bag was his. The bag belonged to him. He was his own master. He was not servant of anyone. But at this time, he was servant at tea stall. He was doing job. The canister belonged to the sorry, the canister belongs to the man who owns. Owns means who is the owner, the tea shop. Who is the owner of the tea shop? He is the owner. But Sahib is the servant at this shop. As Sahib is no longer his own master. But now Sahib is not master of himself. He is the servant at tea stall. Now he has lost his freedom. He is doing his job only to support his family, the family that is struggling for survival. See, this is the reality of many poor people, of many poor children who are doing such type of jobs and such type of works only to support their family because for them there is no dream, there is no hope for them. Food is more important than any dream, than any identity. For them, sorry, for them, food is more important than any identity. Sorry, for them, food is more important than any identity, any dream, any hope. For them, survival is the reality of life, and for this reality, food is the most important thing. And for food, they have to do such type of works. Thank you. Have a nice day.